Back in the day, licensed games were all gameplay. You know why? Because it was an advertisement to go see the movie. We didn't play Sneak King because we liked it. We played it because we were poor. This is just the latest quality slop. You guys only like it because it's good. We all know I'm an optimist, but I'm 20 years too late to enjoy this game. I'm 4 hours into James Bond, and they keep saying the action is around the corner. I gotta be honest, I think they're lying to me. I keep trying to riz the huzz, but at 6'7", it ain't even working, cuh. Hi. Fleek, woman respecter. I start this game up, and I'm James Drowned. They say the action is right around the corner. What's right around the corner? M calling me on my phone. Okay. Do not read. Now get shot! I learned my lesson. I fully stand up, walking through the stealth section. Nothing matters. 20 minutes later, this guy dive tackles me. I don't have a license to kill, so he shoots me. I wake up. Bond has deep emotions over killing a guy without a license. 5 minutes later, he's over it. He kills 1,000. He gets promoted. Of course, that was after the unskippable intro starts. I didn't have a TV license, so I left the room to take a shit. 20 minutes later, I come back around the corner. Still playing. I go take another shit. Bond meets the first bombshell of the game. M's secretary. For a moment, I imagine our future together. It's beautiful. I come back to reality. I'm defusing a bomb. Oh, fuck! Oh my god, is that it? Is that the new game of Subscribe with the biggest budgets in human history? Fun fact, the budgets were so large it got the community post banned. You know, I consider it a compliment for having a cup so busty it breaks your whole system. So thanks, YouTube. You guys blew the pearly gates off their hinges with this one. If we keep this up, we're gonna have our own flavor in no time. So if you haven't already, check it out using the link below, and remember to use code PIMP to get 10% off. Now, busted nuns, I'll be back in a minute now. I have to go save this woman from a burning log. But then I remembered she wasn't the bombshell secretary, so I put it back down and arrested all the victims of the bombing instead. Working together for a safer London. 007 First Light is really of its time. Back when they released this, they thought people would enjoy cutscenes of Bond crying in the fetal position. Now that enough time has passed, I think that we can all finally admit this game was never good. The cruelest thing about this game is that it has good gameplay, but they spread 20 minutes of it across 9 hours of fucking cutscenes. I get to shoot one guy in between Bond's Mog and face hammering sessions in First Light. Meanwhile, back in 007 Bloodstone, I killed 5 men before the game even booted up. 007 is the best name for this game because that's how many minutes of gameplay you get to enjoy. People say you can play this game any way you want, and they're right. You can run, you can walk, and you can shut this shit off and go watch a Bond movie. This should have stayed for their eyes only. This should have never seen the living daylights. They thought they had Golden Eye Skyfall Casino Royale. For as much as they want to focus on the story, there's just nothing to see here. There are interesting concepts, but none of them are as interesting as throwing 10 teacups at this his head. Basically, they created a super cutie computy to find and arrest all the people who get stabbed in London. I don't know, I'm really paying attention. To be honest, it takes so long to get to the gameplay sections that I kept reloading the checkpoints repeatedly. I wanted to treasure this moment as long as I can before they make me go back. I wanted to treasure this moment between me, this bombshell's head, and this vending machine. To treasure playing bowling in the laundry with the boys.
Nice cock.
People think I'm joking. I never joke. I spent 3 hours in this room. 1 hour of that was killing people with the vending machine. The other 2 were vault kicking so much I broke the game. Not that that's hard to do. The AI in this game makes me look smart. Why bother sneaking when you can fight 30 men without interrupting this guy's lunch break? I can't tell if this is poor AI design or the perfect recreation of a minimum wage employee.
Hello.
But as I say these words in a string and what they call a sentence to keep you watching this clip, I realize... Never mind, they're just retarded. They say military men can never go back to civilian life, and they were right. I'm trying to look my chud son in his soy eyes, but all I see is what happened with that bombshell back in Vietnam.
No! To the right! To the right! Ah! Yes! Yes!
This trauma continued until the 7th hour when they say, hey, remember how to use a gun? No, I don't. But I gotta say, the gunplay is so responsive. It feels great to throw a 12 gauge at some bombshell's head. Really, throwing random shit in general is gonna work better than any gun you find on the floor. Why use armor-piercing rounds when Windex works just as good? There's no point in shooting anybody in this game, especially when the devs force you to do anything else. Why get the dopamine of Michael Bay tier explosions on an airfield when you can do QTE bow tie minigame? Who needs to feel the rush of dodging bullets in CQC when you can wait for this maid to finish dusting the wall? Meanwhile, our femme fatale is past the wall. Boom! Zero gameplay, zero bombshells, 7 hours of walking. I give this game a 007 out of 10. People expect them to follow this up with a new game every 2 years, but times have changed. This isn't the early 2000s. Cocaine is much more expensive now. The video is over. But the drop isn't, so go check it out using the link below. Before this post gets got to, let's take it all the way to a flavor, pimps. Thanks for watching.